The California Highway Patrol pursued a driver in Southern California on Thursday evening, June 26th. The driver was wanted for alleged road rage involvement. Los Angeles, the California Highway Patrol pursued a driver across several counties after he was involved in a road rage incident Thursday evening, ending the chase after more than an hour in Oxnard. Around 7 p.m., CHP Ventura officers began a high-speed chase on northbound Highway 101 near the city limits of Camarillo. The chase began when a suspect wanted in a road rage incident ran from law enforcement. Los Angeles County deputies initiated a pursuit, but CHP officers soon took over. The driver of the white pickup truck appeared to stop for officers in the Woodland Hills area, but then sped off again and entered Highway 101. Officers attempted to stop the driver with a stop-and-go, pit, maneuver but were unsuccessful.
We're good. Although, do you want to get on the driver's side, Rob, or is that? Or you want to stay on this side? I know Fox is over there. All right, we'll stay on this side. Can you see in the driver's seat? Welcome, everybody, as you join us live on abc7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels. Chris Christie up in Air 7 as we follow this pursuit up the 101 freeway. Started in Ventura County, now making our way back into Ventura after he got off the freeway at Valley Circle. California Highway Patrol chasing this white work truck. A driver in the driver's seat appears to be alone up there. Not clear if there's anybody in the back of this van, but you can see there's a ladder on the top of that roof. He's doing about freeway speeds with about 4 or maybe even 5 black and whites right behind him here. Lights and sirens, code 3, as they continue this hot pursuit after several pit maneuver attempts. Once he got off the freeway, he made at least 2, there was at least 2 close calls where they almost were able to get him. He was able to accelerate out of those pit attempts and is now back up the 101 freeway. There he is right there with California Highway Patrol coming up around his left side there. And information coming into our assignment desk now. Apparently this originated out of the city of Oxnard. Oxnard PD was pursuing this road rage suspect. That is the want here. So obviously an agitated individual behind the wheel of this work truck. Unclear about the circumstances surrounding that road rage incident, but it looks like he is talking on his phone. You can see the driver there with the sunglasses on, speaking into his phone, and we will see what other intel we can get here. But he is still doing about freeway speeds here, 80 miles per hour up the northbound side of the 101 freeway, passing Lindero Canyon Road. And you can see that white truck continuing up. All of this traffic in the right lane here. Traffic very, very light, though, across the main lanes of the freeway. Really has lots of freeway to play with here. I mean, just incredibly light traffic considering we're on the tail end here, approaching the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. So he's got lots of freeway to use here, and we'll see if they maybe use some of this wide open space to their advantage as well. Maybe just slow up a little bit. Yeah, let him pull up next to us. Once again, if you're just joining us on abc7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels, continuing to follow this police chase up the 101 freeway, California Highway Patrol. Continuing this pursuit that started out of Oxnard, came into LA County briefly, turned around at Valley Circle, and is now again going back in the direction this chase came from. Again, CHP taking this pursuit over a short time ago, and a handful of units right behind that white work truck with only the driver on board as far as we are aware, at least nobody in the passenger seat as far as we could tell. He's doing about freeway speeds here, but he is agitated and is talking on the phone. Again, it's an apparent road rage incident, road rage suspect out of Oxnard. Making our way through Thousand Oaks now, still doing about 75, 80 miles per hour here. Not excessive speeds. Looks like an older work truck, fairly beat up there. It's a Chevy Express. Again, we don't know what kind of a work truck it is. The only clue we have is that ladder on the roof there. The suspect still on his phone. He has been on his phone for the last several minutes as long as we've been able to kind of peek through that windshield. He is driving into the sun here as the sun goes down on a Thursday evening. There you see those California Highway Patrol units, no more than about 8 car lengths behind him, 4 units all together. These are LA West Valley CHP units pursuing him back into Ventura County here as we make our way through Newbury Park. Copy that. They still talking? Because I don't hear anything. Okay. No, the CHP. Got it. Yeah, I think Christina probably another mile or two here, and then he's going to disappear into the clouds. Getting over to the right here, maybe signs of either pulling over or getting off of the freeway. He is getting over to the right, kind of straddling that number 1 lane. And as he continues northbound on the 101 freeway here, past this way station, you're going to start to see him fade into the marine layer, which is now blanketing this part of Ventura County. As we widen out, you can see the ceiling is very low. Visibility is just about zero.
The driver continued driving at speeds of 80 to 90 kilometers per hour north on Highway 101. The driver turned toward Camarillo. After more than an hour, the driver finally surrendered to officers in Oxnard, Camarillo, California, on June 26, 2025. The pursuit ended in Oxnard after California Highway Patrol officers conducted a pit-stop maneuver at the Rose Street exit on Highway 101, forcing the suspect's vehicle to stop at 461 Raspberry Place. Authorities have not released further details about the suspect's identity or the outcome of the pursuit. The California Highway Patrol continues to investigate and urges anyone with information to contact local law enforcement. Suspect in
I will.
SUV leads Los Angeles authorities on chase in Long Beach. 3 young men led authorities on a high-speed chase in Long Beach. They were driving a stolen white Kia SUV before ditching it and running for cover. Commentator Mr. Stu.
That's right, Colleen. You may have noticed we've been showing you this white Kia SUV on the right side of your screen for the past few minutes as LA County Sheriff's Department has been pursuing this driver through the streets of Carson. There is a wild and dangerous driver behind the window of that tinted vehicle right there. You can see the missing door handle on the driver's side of the vehicle. That male with a hoodie continues to keep peering up at the helicopters. He knows that there are people on his tail. However, this has been in and out of pursuit mode. At one point, they did authorize a pit maneuver. The most recent update is that they have pulled off completely. They have abandoned this pursuit, but we are sticking with this driver because he is posing a danger to the community here. He has been traveling at a very high rate of speed, upwards of 70 to 85 miles per hour down surface streets, and now there is talk of getting the California Highway Patrol involved in this case. We don't know what the original want is here, but in any event, he is now underneath or coming out the other side of the 710 freeway, eastbound on Del Amo Boulevard. He appears to be alone in the vehicle, but the driving has been such that he has come into a number of close calls, almost causing severe injury, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on this to see if California Highway Patrol picks this pursuit up once again. Again, we do not know what the original want was. We're going to actually just be getting an update right now from the Sheriff's Department. This is a stolen vehicle. So a grand theft auto suspect on the run here, making very erratic moves, a wild U-turn here, illegal U-turn, as he continues to try and basically try and probably look for a place to hide out, dump the vehicle at some point. He does know that there are authorities on his tail. He is very, very keenly aware of the pressure on him. We'll see how the behavior changes here, but we'll continue to follow this guy, Colleen. Southbound 710. Look out for CHP. I know, I saw that. Scanner 1. The pursuit, you could come back to me. The pursuit is not back on, but the airship is following, and he's picking up speed. Look at this, 100 miles per hour. Yeah, we got to take this, 110. Copy. Using the shoulder. Here we go. Yeah, first we were on surface streets. He got tired of fighting traffic on the Del Amo Boulevard and eventually got onto the southbound side of the 710 freeway doing speeds in excess of 110 miles per hour, has now made his way into Long Beach, getting off of the freeway at the end of the 710 here, and now on Anaheim Street as he now makes his way off of the freeway, still doing extreme speeds here. California Highway Patrol monitoring this driver who was in pursuit by the Sheriff's Department. The Sheriff's Department gave up on the pursuit, but the driving behind the wheel has maintained a very dangerous speed. You can see that Sheriff's helicopter still overhead, keeping an eye on the suspect. California Highway Patrol monitoring on the ground, deciding whether to engage with this suspect. But the driving, as I mentioned, is extremely dangerous and has had a number of close calls with other motorists. Now he's on surface streets here in a more commercial area. We're at Magnolia Avenue and Loma Vista Drive. He's making his way through this residential neighborhood now on the other side of Loma Vista, on the other side of Magnolia, I should say. And we'll see if anybody engages with him. He has not shown signs of dumping the vehicle, but we do know that this is a stolen vehicle. Grand theft auto suspect behind the wheel, doing speeds at times in excess of 85 miles per hour on surface streets, was touching 120 miles per hour on the 710 freeway. But again, it's a question mark as to whether there he is. He's dumping the vehicle. Two passengers, or one passenger, a driver, two passengers, three total running out of the vehicle, dumping the vehicle, now running into a neighborhood, through an apartment complex in a back alley, making their way through here. There is no sign of law enforcement on the ground. There is a helicopter overhead. We're going to stick with the driver here as he continues to run for his life through this neighborhood. Again, down in an alleyway off of Electric Court and Loma Vista Drive. Three suspects dropping that vehicle off and running for it in three different directions. Now climbing onto private property, over fence, into another apartment building here. We're going to come around here and see if anybody is able to catch up with them, but it looks like these three suspects are going to find space to hide out in this community at Electric Court and Loma Vista Drive after a dangerous pursuit, eventually giving up, dumping the vehicle, and now three suspects again on the run here trying to find a hiding spot and just wait out the cops, because right now there is really no sign of law enforcement anywhere around here except for the helicopter who has been monitoring their movements. We just saw the driver come around the building there. He's underneath that staircase, possibly in the first floor of this apartment building, and now looking for a spot to hide out. But you can see a lot of commotion now as folks start to wonder what in the world's going on here. They hear the helicopters. You saw that guy running through this private property. Again, we don't know if he has any connection to this property or if he just randomly ran in here. It looks like it was a more random run, but we'll see if anybody from law enforcement shows up, whether it's California Highway Patrol or potentially even the Long Beach Police Department. Colleen?